Hey guys, we're out here today. We got some fencing we need to fix. This stuff is kind of indestructible, but the electric fence got absolutely demolished, like destroyed. We had some pigs that we were trying to load up and get on a trailer. They were on crack, especially one of them. We got 5 of them on fairly easily, but one of them went through and ripped all the electric fence out. I thought we had a better chance of him getting tied up in the electric fence where we could just drag him on a trailer, but that didn't happen either. So that's our plan. It's hot as Hades out today, but we're going to go in here and replace all this fencing and get it squared away for our next batch of pigs. Might need my boots actually. Where's Zeke? Did I see him down there? Oh, am I on? I might need my boots. It's kind of muddy in that far corner. Oh boy. All right. So this is one of our little holding areas for the pigs. When they get close to processing age, I bring them up in here for maybe the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks. And they stay up here, get used to being up here because the day, well, a few days before processing, sometimes it's the day we're going to the processor, but we'll open this gate up and put them in this little holding area right here, and then we'll back the trailer up right there to that gate, and this is kind of makes it a lot easier to load them up. So it's 16 foot wide. We can run a pig panel, get a few guys, and kind of, if they give us any problems, usually they don't, but there's usually one, and then just kind of convince him to get on the trailer. It's a little bit easier that way. So in the meantime, we had a pig in here that needed some convincing. I don't know if we have a video out on that or not, but oh my soul. In the meantime, he tore up the electric fence, tore up everything. So I'm replacing all the electric fence. It's a lot easier to replace it than it is to try to mend it back together. So I think what I'm using is Gallagher brand fencing today. It's supposed to be, well, not it's supposed to be, it's a lot stronger than that regular poly wire. And it's got, instead of like the 3 strands on the yellow stuff that's up there, it's got 8 strands, and it carries definitely a better charge. So
Compare the 2 of them.
Yeah, you can. Here's this one. This is kind of like I believe I bought this one from Tractor Supply, this yellow one, and it's got, you can see the three little metal wires in there. But this is all like plastic of some sort. This is much stronger, and I don't know if you can see it, but each one of these has a couple wires wrapped around it. I think there's 8 total in there, maybe 9 actually. I think there's 3 per strand. So this you're not going to pull apart. This is pretty easy to break. This weight's a lot stronger, and it delivers, I think they claim, like 20 times more shocking power than this yellow one. It definitely works better. The only thing that I don't like about it, this yellow is super easy to like tie together when you go to make repairs, and this white one is definitely not easy to tie together. So that's the only downside to it, but if we do it right, hopefully we won't need to tie it together very often. Now this spot right here that I'm doing, I am going to, I put this little post here because this fence, I need to come back and replace this with hog panel all the way down through here. They love getting out here. This area here is for goats, and we run some couple chicken tractors in there, but they get underneath this and just push it up right here and slide right on out. And well, I say it's for goats and broiler chickens, but sometimes it's for pigs too. So they don't usually get out of there, but that's why I have this other post in here to kind of, I don't know what I'm doing here. Well, maybe I will leave it like that. But it keeps them from hopefully getting out. As long as the fence is plugged in. But we won't get into that yet. We'll save that for another video. I just really need to replace all this with cattle panel. I mean the hog panel. I'll bring this up a little bit. Usually, by the time the pigs come in here, they're pretty good size, so we don't need it quite that low. All right. I need to come down here and weed whack is what we need to do. This is a fine example of we don't use any kind of herbicides, pesticides, any sides or antibiotics or anything. All the things that you don't want in your foods. If the association was there between the herbicides and things like that and cancer, it'd be a lot easier to spray this than to come down here all the time and weed whack. But we'll be down here to weed whack. And today, I think it got up to, it was supposed to get up, I think, to 97 or 98. And it's probably a balmy like 94 right now with, I don't know, humidity that is pretty miserable. But, gotta get stuff done. So sometimes I love farming. I love taking care of animals and all the things that go along with this most of the time. I don't like redoing this fence because I said in my first video that I'm also a nurse by trade. I was in the Marine Corps. Now in my latter part in life I went to nursing school and became a nurse, but I don't necessarily like the nights that I come home from work and the pigs have busted the fence and I'm just worked 13 hours and then I come home to fix the pig fence and get the pigs back in here. That kind of sucks. But it is what it is. It's part of the job. And I'd rather be doing this than something else. Side note, speaking of my glasses laying on the ground, I started wearing contacts yesterday. Good grief. There's a prime example of me not being able to see today. I saw about 7 wires right there. Anyway, yeah, I started wearing contacts today because I'm so rough on glasses. And actually, I think I lost a pair in this pig area one time, and I don't know if we ever found them. They're probably buried in the mud somewhere. So we're going to see how this little experiment with contact lenses works. Right now I feel like I'm intoxicated most times, but it's only been, this is the second day, so hopefully it'll get better. But pigs are pretty hard on fencing, so this is not something that we don't do multiple times a year. Oh boy. I don't know if you heard that squeal in the background, but when I said pigs are hard on fencing, that's some piglets that we've trained in a enclosure is similar to this one. And they have hog panels and all that, but that's the first place they go when they get weaned, is into that little paddock I have up on the top side. And I'm gonna end up taking that down. And that way they get exposed to the electric fence and they can't jump out of it. I say jump out of it. We don't have pig unicorns here, but bust through the electric fence when they're being trained on it. I mean, it looks like Fido's back end. Maybe we'll just piece it together right here. I think we're going to do another video on my, speaking of sinking, on my projects that I have to go back and complete. It seems like many times there's projects that you're in the middle of doing. Here, will you pinch that for me? Projects that you're in the middle of doing that everything's going well, but then something comes up. Always something comes up that's an emergency, and you get pulled off of that project to an emergency, and then you get that complete, and then the next time you get on your normal project you were working on, and then another emergency comes up, and by that time you need to start a new project, and you know, it never ends. All right, so we're gonna leave that corner until because I have to redo that fence down there. So we'll finish that up once we can tie it all together. I'm gonna just tell you, it's a little toasty out. Anyway, all right, let's, I guess, start right here and we'll go back the direction we came with this. You know what? I might just leave this top wire.
Use what?
I might just leave this top wire. I don't understand what the pigs love so much about these plastic pieces, but they're like freaking pig treats. It's the first thing they go to nibble on. And if the fence isn't working, then they just chow down on them. We raised some special pigs. They don't look so appetizing to me. Oh no, I mean the pigs do. These little plastic pieces don't look so appetizing, but for whatever reason, these porkers, and it's not just a few of them, man, it's been for years they'll eat them. Don't understand it. It's like they're teething or something. Craziness. Fine example of a project. We bought this place. Oh Lord, I may be telling too much information now. Nah. We bought this place and you know, we have 7 kids and we're like, where the heck do you go to find a house that is already made that you can fit 9 people in? Well, this was one of the not this, good God, not this, but this property was one of the ones we looked at when we were trying to find a place to move, and it was well, I don't know how to put this nicely. I called it the Shoal, which is, you know, what it was. Short for 2 words. You know, a something hole. And this is a fine representation of what we walked into. Yeah, this is another project. It's been in the works for, oh, I don't know, years. to get rid of this thing. So one day I'll have the time and help. I figure if I have some 40 cubic foot dumpsters, 2 or 3 of them, and I can go rent a piece of equipment and tear this piece of crap down and put it in dumpsters and get it hauled off. It's on my to-do list. I'm not exactly sure where on my to-do list, but it's on there. But in the meantime, it makes a fine goat shelter. Looks horrendous, but it works good for the goats. And actually, they seem to like it. They get great pleasure of jumping out of the windows on the other side that my son shot out with a BB gun years ago. So for now, it's a goat shelter. Hopefully one day it'll all be in a dumpster or 3 and on its way to the landfill. But just another project. This is another example. I'm peeling it back, but you can see where the goats were chewing on it. So I'm trying to get this wire, and you see how loose, and I mean, they just destroy these things. If the fence is off, boy, they are going to town, nibbling on these things. I don't quite understand it, but they love them. So I gotta kind of keep pressure on it so it holds them on the fence. Good grief. Well, this is somebody, I'm gonna guess Eli replaced it. All right, well, we are just about done. I told you it was hot out today, and however many minutes that was into the recording, it overheated. The camera overheated. So I'm glad it was the camera and not me, because I feel like I've been out here since 8 o'clock this morning, and it's pretty friggin' hot. But thankfully it was the camera and not me, so no complaints. But here we are finishing up. This is the last little bit, and we will be done. But this is covered in mud. I'm gonna have to go get that other roll of wire. All right. I think I'll just, where did that one go? Oh, we're just going right to there. That one's no good anymore. Let's see, I hate to, yeah, that's, oh, it's cut right here anyway, so we're just gonna go ahead and, it goes to that other type of wire right there. And I did that because it's so much easier to tie onto that other, but we're gonna splice it right here. And with that much mud on there, man, I'm gonna tell you, the pigs will never get shocked. This is how we're gonna do this one. This one usually doesn't slip, so we just tie a knot right here. And on this, all the other knots, when you connect these two together, don't hold very well, but I found that that's about the best knot to use. Then I cut this off so it doesn't ground out on anything. Sometimes you'll leave these ends and they'll touch down here, and then they'll snap a lot, and then next thing you know, your fence doesn't work because I'll burn up all the wires in it. So, but that's top secret now. Don't be sharing that information with anybody. All right. Oh boy. I'd hate to fall out on camera. I guess that'd make a good video though, wouldn't it?
Probably.
We might have to just include a picture of the last time somebody fell out. I mean the picture with Andrew laying on when we went hiking.
Yeah, you're gonna recreate that.
We might actually. Hold on, I'm the one that caught him, so who's gonna catch me?
Hey, buddy.
Oh boy, nah, let's not recreate it. Let's just not. Yeah, this is not gonna hold. It might actually. Doesn't need to be tight, it just needs to have a good connection to bring that snap. I believe we're done. Well, with this part. Another day, I'm gonna go in there and do that little one because that got torn all to crap too. But I'm gonna call it a day because I do not, if I fall out, I sure don't want it on video. So we're to that point. I think I need to go get something to drink. 6:45. So unless something crazy comes up, I think I'll be done for today. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. This is it. We got it caught up. One more project. I just spun around and thought of another project. Extend this video a minute. I built this thing a number of years ago and it's held up well, but it was kind of a temporary thing. Don't ever do a pig shelter with plywood. Actually, it wasn't even plywood. It was the tongue and groove wood flooring for your home. But I mean, I'm surprised it held up this long. I got a buddy of mine. I hope nothing comes out and bites you. I got a buddy of mine down the street who owns a sawmill. So I think he was telling me a couple weeks ago he's got lots of white oak planks. So I might come out here and go out down there and grab me. I don't remember how big this thing is, but 12 or 15 of those white oak planks, because that'll hold up a whole lot longer than this did. But like I said, this held up for probably 4 or 5 years. So the white oak will hold up a whole lot longer than that. Anyway, another project, probably another video. Don't ask me when, it's on the list. We'll get to it.